This one right here. That one looks very interesting. Dude, it's at 10:30 though. Like, god dang, dude. Like, I want to know now, man, but it's freaking 10:30. Just for a record, I think typically I just wanted to do that for the bit. But I think typically with like Fauna and Mume, right, when the EN members left, I think Ame actually did in the morning. But Fauna and Mume, I think they did theirs at like 6:30. Fauna's might have been later, but Mume's was like 6:37, wasn't it? Actually, I think Fauna's was like actually closer to Gura's now I'm thinking about it, because I remember like taking a shower and like that was when I came back out of it, was like seeing everybody's response to it. So yeah, I think Fauna's actually was later, but Mume's wasn't. Mume's actually was, I think, before stream started. I think it was like 6:37. So I was able to give my entire thoughts basically. But yeah, this is a situation that I've thought about a lot. I'm sure like most people have, right? Or maybe like some people didn't, and like they just saw it as like an impossibility, like they would keep him around. Like they'd force him to stay there, right? But like, yeah, I'd never thought that. I guess it's easier for me as a newer fan, right, to be and like only look at like, from basically watching clips and stuff, right? I'm not into like the merch side of it at all, or going to events. But like to me, like it still seemed like it's very possible Gura could leave. I think I did say out of the top echelon like a bit ago. I was like, oh, Pecora I think would be the first to leave over like the upper echelon of Hololive, but it's probably gonna be Gura. But honestly, if I look at it, she might have been like second. Honestly, yeah, Marines we say. Yeah, Fubuki's not leaving, Kalyon Link's leaving, Miko's staying at least for another like 3 years, right? When did she debut? Because I think she's staying for like another 3 years, because she's at least staying until her 10 year, so she'd stay at least for 3. Krone maybe Krone. But yeah, like out of like the top 10, like yeah, I thought it was either like Pecora or like, yeah, looking back at this, I mean, I guess with hindsight's easier, right? I'll just show it, but like out of the top 10, which would be them, and obviously Aquari left. Yeah, out of them, I think it was Pecora or Gura, and it seems like it's Gura first. It is gonna be very funny though, because what I've heard is that baseball fans are very superstitious, so if she's just gonna leave, baseball season's just starting back up again, isn't it? Like, isn't it? Yeah, it's like just started back up, right? Yeah, they're like, yeah, they're decently far in there. There's like a couple games in there, but yeah, from what I've heard is that they're very superstitious. So like, we're gonna hear the Shark Girl's leaving. It's like, wait, what? And then if they have a terrible season, they're gonna blame on the Shark Girl. Gonna curse the Shark Girl for all eternity. Those Dodger fans. Yeah, I think it was a day that many people didn't see coming, but yeah, just like it was with Ame, where she like was never active often. Like she was never consistent when I was a fan, which to be fair, it was like June of 2024 and she made her announcement like August, I think. Like very end of August. So I mean, there wasn't that big of a period, but with Gura it's more, you know, it's bigger because again, since June, been quite a bit. So yeah, but like the thing is, Hololive will be fine. Like I think people are gonna see this as like, oh, they're crashing and burning, like Gura's leaving, like it's crashed and burned. Dude, Callie literally just performed in front of the Japanese royal family. Iris collabed with Motsu, right? Fuamoko is like steadily rising, right? Where are they? They're down here. There they are. But Fuamoko is steadily rising to like kind of help take that role, you know? There's another example I had too, but like, dude, they're gonna be fine. yes, it's probably going to be their biggest hit, right? Obviously their biggest name's gone, so it's probably going to be their biggest hit. But at the end of the day, also, they're a Japanese company. So even if the biggest EN talent's leaving, that's not going to hurt their main base, I think, as much. I don't know how big Gura is in Japan. But I would think some of the other, like, Japanese members would be more popular. Like Suisei. And even, like, Callie, I think, herself is more popular in Japan, probably, than Gura is. Again, she performed in front of the royal family. My god, my mom is laughing a lot. I'm really hoping it's not picking up on the mic, because my mom is laughing a lot. She has a real loud laugh. Yeah. Like, I think people are very much overestimating this. The best way I could think of it is like when Kevin Durant left the Warriors, like they were fine. The only reason they like did terrible, I think, was because both Steph and Clay got injured. Right, they got injured for like pretty much the whole season. I think Curry played a little bit, but he got injured for the whole season. So that's why they sucked. And then like a year or two later, they won the championship again. So like, they were fine, you know? They didn't need Durant. So yeah, like this really feels like Kevin Durant leaving the Warriors, you know? They'll be fine. It's gonna be a big hit, obviously. Like, it's still gonna hurt, but like, they'll be fine. Again, they're still positive you can get out of this. You have the potential Ame-Same reunion, although I think I saw, at least from my headline of a video, that she's experiencing burnout. So it might be a little bit. We just have to wait a little bit, but yeah. I mean, that's the thing though. I feel like Gura's like main pairings, right? Which you mean, I feel like all of Myth, right, would be a main pairing. But obviously, I think the biggest ones, at least that stuck out to me, were her and Ame, her and Fauna, and like her and Crony. At least to me, those three seemed like the biggest pairings with Gura. Obviously, I wasn't back like around when she was consistent, but just from watching clips, I feel like that those were like the three biggest duos with Gura, and two of them already left, right? So if she goes back to being like indie, first of all, she's probably gonna be massive, but second of all, you'll have those pairings again. And I think also Crony is gonna be one that is not gonna be around for that much longer. She even said in the time capsule thing that was gonna be like 5 years in the future. Like, I don't even know if I'll still be here, right? So like, I think Crony's gonna leave, like, obviously not like, oh, immediately, like, no. Yeah, even like, I think when it was Fauna that left, like Crony was like, the company's not in a bad spot or anything. So she's staying, but yeah. I did also think about it, and I was like thinking of like other stuff of like Umisi and stuff like that. I was like, oh yeah, Umisi's gonna be out on the 2 now. Now, to be fair, this could be a bait. I don't think it is though, because they're doing this. She's doing the same exact format that the last like 5 of them have done. Like, I think since Aqua, they've all done it. So I don't think it is a bait, right? Like, I think at this point, when videos like that come up, it's not the question of is it like actually like a graduation or not. It's is it a graduation or an affiliation? That's what it is at this point. Which Gura might be like so big, right? Like, she might get an affiliation. I still don't really like that though. I also saw people on Twitter, which they're all doom posting. Like, I've learned to just like stop kind of clicking on Twitter every once in a while. I even said with like the Gura post, which that is the one thing I'm gonna be happy about, is when freaking getting rid of those people on the freaking Gura trending thing, because my god, dude. Because now I know even more for a fact, like, I should not be clicking on that. If I don't want to lose my mind, don't click on it. Even more so. They're like, yeah, I saw a lot of them be like, oh yeah, no, they're crumbling and all this, but like, I think, because they also, someone described it as like the Holocaust. Dude, if it was the Holocaust, Gura would be staying. Right? I think that was a problem Niji had, right? That was one of the things they kept their talents under contract, like they wouldn't let them leave. I could be wrong on that. I might be wrong. I might just be saying I might be telling lies, but like, it is stuff that actual companies do. Even if Niji didn't do it, it is something that companies will do. is like hold their talents and like won't let them leave or like quit. So like I feel like if this is like Gura's way of leaving, like, and it's her own free will, I still don't think anything's gone bad yet. Right? Because like, yeah, obviously like from the business side, you wouldn't want your highest performer to leave, right? You wouldn't want them to walk, right? Like even like sports teams do this and like recognize that, right? You don't want your best person to walk, right? Unless you're getting something out of it. That's at least with sports. I think this, like, unless you're getting something out of it as the sports part, here it's a little different. But yeah, I think the fact that they're letting Gura walk, I think that actually tells more that like, yeah, no, I think they're more right. Like, I don't think it would be a black company unless they're like quote unquote doing it for like PR reasons or whatever, but yeah, I don't know. I will say it does make sense, a lot of sense, why on her I saw a clip of her saying like, oh, I've announced but I can't say yet. It would make sense that it would be this, because it's a pretty big announcement. Because yeah, it was interesting, like the reaction to it. Like thinking back to it now, them like it kind of went quiet, you know, they didn't really say anything after that. Because yeah, I know people like started like freaking out once she was like not like the Tokyo ambassador thing, which that seemed to me like it was a recent thing, because I didn't see it because of the freaking Gura trending stuff. I don't click on it anymore. And I think, of course, literally the one, like, once I start doing that, there actually is stuff, like, related to it, but yeah, like, I don't know, man. Because I was just thinking of, like, I'm gonna be very curious, right? I'm gonna be very curious to see the members' reactions to this, like, if they were, like, kind of blindsided by it, like, I feel like in a way though someone would have expected it, right? Because like she's not been streaming, like she's been on and off. Like I think Xion was the same way too, right? Like she was on and off like these past few years. Gur's been the same way. It's like it just makes sense. Honestly, I do want to look more at Senzawa. Is it with the Z? Yeah, I just want to see if it got updated anymore. Because yeah, there was this post, and I know people freaked out over this. There's also this one. And also this was, I don't remember when, but it was definitely when I was a fan. Like, this got added. I do remember that. I do not remember when, like, when it happened. But I do remember I was in the, like, HoloLive, or at least VTuber, like I was getting the trending stuff on the side because people were talking about that. So I think it was before the like Fauna left, like Fauna and Chloe, I think. But again, like I don't remember. Because I think she also had the ampersand on the same day also, because I don't think the ampersand was there before. But yeah, it is also very interesting that, like, because I mean it makes sense with Yubi, because their PLs follow each other. But yeah, it is definitely very interesting. I did also like look at who they're following, and like the fact that this one was really recent also like kind of piqued my interest. I don't think this was here before either. I just missed it. Oh well. But yeah. And again, because like I've noticed with Fauna and Ame, they just made a new channel. But the thing is also, like, they had several posts, like, before that. Like, you can go back to their, like, Twitters, or, like, maybe their Blue Sky, and you can either see, like, they were made, like, way before, or, like, they had posts way before they left, right? This one basically has this. Fish. It only has that. So I actually can't tell if... Because Senzawa, from what I heard, right, on YouTube had 1 million followers. That's why Gura had such a huge, like, she was so big, right? was because, yeah, it is over 1 million. So yeah, that's why. I am surprised I never heard of her. Because I feel like I would have, but yeah, she did have over 1 million. So yeah, that was why she was so freaking gigantic, right? Was because of that. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I just hate that it's a freaking 10:30, dude. God dang it. That sucks. Like, it is good that it was like a streaming day for me, right? So I could get this out a little bit. So I can feel a little chill right now, but like, yeah, it's... I hate that, I really hate that's 10:30. Yeah. Yeah, I think they're still gonna be fine, right? Because also Mume left health issues. Chloe left health issues. Xion, I think, was a little bit of health issues, but obviously there's a little more to that, but health issues was part of it. And like, yeah, you gotta recognize, like, these people have been here for 4 or 5 years, and that's typically like the typical cycle of having a job is 4 to 5 years, right? Or like, I think even like 3 to 4. So they're actually even going like a little bit past it. And also, like, Gura being like the face, that is a lot of pressure. There is a lot to it, right? Like, I wouldn't be surprised, you know, if it was like weighing on her. Because, yeah, basically, I think since she debuted, she's been the most sub 2 member. Like, since her debut, just the most subbed one. Because even if you go back to the oldest one, which is like 2021, right? But like, I think it was like a month before she hit 1 million again, right? Say again, but she hit 1 million. I'm pretty sure it was like, it only took like a month. And yeah, like, I think it's really setting in. If you didn't think Aqua leaving, right? Like, looking back on this in hindsight, right, with Aqua leaving as like the beginning of this new era of Hololive, I think this will really send it home. That, yeah, times are changing. Like, Holo is old enough, people can leave, right? And like, I remember hearing that too with like AEW, right? Like, where like AEW talents are leaving the WWE, and it's like, yeah, AEW is old enough, right, that they can have talents go from their company to WWE. It's the same thing with Holo, right? Holo's old enough, and like, I think it just didn't set in because like the JP side never left, right? Even though several of them have been there for like, I think they're gonna come on like 8 years, right? Like, when was Gen 1 debut? It has their date, so I just gotta wait for the load. But like, they're coming up on like 7-8 years, you know, of them doing it. So like, I think people just forgot, like, oh yeah, Cover is that old, you know? Like, it literally has copyright 2016 on it, and I feel like people forget about that, like, whenever they see products. I'm like, oh yeah, it did start in 2016. I think Sora, though, was 2017. But yeah, like, technically the company of Cover, like, it was founded in 2016. So like, it is that old. Oh cool, now my uncle's here. Jesus. This is okay. Okay, June 2018. So yeah, they're coming on like, was it 7 years? Is that how math works? Yeah, a lot of them have been there for a while. And the JP mems, like, they haven't changed, right? But yeah, if you look at EN, now they're at the 4 or 5 year mark. And I think, at least with EN, it's probably more of like, oh yeah, I'm here for streaming, right? I want to do the streaming side of it. And from Shiori's testimony, like, that is something that they can do, right? And I also, from like what I've heard from Suisse, of them asking like, oh, we're thinking of like making a forum if for people who want to stream or people who want to prioritize music, which I think is a great idea. The only change I'd have to that is to make a both section, because I would be someone who'd be interested in both. And like, I think if you establish that, like, oh yeah, obviously it won't help you, right? Like, become a member, but they're like, just give both as an option. I mean, maybe that's something that could change on the fly though, right? Maybe. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Because I think there's some people who like it for like the idle stuff, and there's some people who like it for the streaming stuff. And so yeah, if you have them and they're separate things, right? You can build that up. But yeah, there was a point before this, but now I'm hearing my uncle talk and I'm losing my thoughts. I get easily distracted and lose my thoughts very easily. But yeah, like, Hollow will be fine. Right. The ones I feel like you should be concerned about leaving is like Babuki, Callie, Suisei. Like, those are the ones I feel like you should be concerned about. Even like Maureen, because Maureen was like, oh, I'm never leaving. So if she leaves, we're gonna be like, wait a minute. I feel like that's a real, like, wait a minute. It's like another one. Louis was another one, actually, I was thinking of. Luna's another one. Because even like with what Luna said when, was it Mume left? Like when she did that one stream? And saying like it's a job and that Hololive gives her stability. Okay. Hololive gives her stability.
No matter how you travel,
like,
it's good to have
and also she was a part of Niji before.
No sleep,
A little forbidden knowledge. So like she would know what a bad VTuber agency would look like. I think Luna's another one that would get out of there as soon as it gets bad. But like she seems to be very happy and very satisfied to be there. So she's like another one. I guess Sora too. Yeah, Sora would be a Sora would be a pretty big one. Nene also, I think, was one. I don't know, because it seemed like also she kind of just wanted to stay there out of spite now. Someone said like Nene would be the most likely to leave, which I didn't really understand, but alright. Yeah, it seemed like once she heard that, she was like, alright, I'm just gonna stay out of spite now. Yeah, none of ideas left though. Which is crazy. Haven't had a new gen since 2022, but that is crazy though. Like, yeah, they haven't had a new gen in 3 years. Because yeah, their gen had their 3-year was like a month ago. It's like, it's kind of crazy. It's been 3 years since ID's had a gen. And like, I know, like, I saw in an interview, or at least like people have brought up the interview again, that like they want to focus more on like the other talents. They don't want to like bring in new ones. But dude, they lost, what was it, 4 EN in the last, like the past calendar year. I say calendar year, but I think it would be past year would be the more accurate way. Calendar year would be, I think, this past year, like 2025. Yeah, no, I think in this past year they've lost Ame, Fauna, Mume, Gura, right? That's 4. It's like, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, that's basically Justice, right? Justice was there to replace them, so now they're the same size. When, yeah, there was only like up to Advent, which is crazy to think about, but I wouldn't be surprised if they wanted to add another EN gem. EN, I think, is going to be the biggest revolving door. Just with how like the work culture is, and like also I think a lot of them will go in for streaming. Again, like I think if they have the application set up to like, oh, if you want to go in for music, go in for streaming, I think the longevity might be a little bit longer. But even then though, like I think Fauna was still like, probably like mostly happy. I think she recognized though that she probably could do much more, like much grander things outside of Hollow. That's why she left. But yeah, like I think they're probably more stream focused. So like, yeah, they'll also be like, oh yeah, I don't want to be a part of this anymore, right? Like I want to focus on my streaming and look elsewhere. You know, look maybe more grander. So yeah, I think EN will be the biggest revolving door. Kyla is, I feel like, gonna be like the main exception, someone who's like there, I think, mostly for streaming, but is gonna be there for a while, because she like recently took the like indie game ambassador thing. So yeah, like I think she's gonna still be there for a while. I'm not sure if that's just because of how like Indonesia is. I think, at least from what I saw in the thumbnail, like Muna said, like they get paid as much as like a Japanese waiter. So it's like not a lot, but yeah, I don't know if like in Indonesia that's like a lot. I don't know. Yeah. I do think they'll be fine without Gura. Again, it's like Kevin Durant leaving the Warriors. They'll be fine. But yeah, this will definitely be a monumental day in VTubing history, right? If we're to do like the history of not even Hololive but VTubing as a whole, this is definitely gonna be probably a monumental day. And then obviously the next one will probably be her leaving. I am curious though, because it does seem like it was very shortly at, like she's making this announcement very shortly after, like internally she made it. So I am curious how long of a gap we have here of her still being there. I have a feeling she'd probably want to go to her birthday, because it's in June, right? Like it's kind of coming up. So I wouldn't be too surprised. I don't think she's gonna make it to 6. All right, yeah, her debut is in September. That's 5 months from now. I don't think she's gonna go that far out. But I wouldn't be surprised if she goes till her birthday. Actually, does it have it on there? I wouldn't even pay attention to that. Does this have that information? It is on the main site, so I can just go to the main site if it's not, but birthday, oh, it's like late June. Yeah, I don't know actually. It's late June. Maybe it wouldn't go that far. Like that would be the day she's leaving as her birthday. I feel like it'd be weird though. I mean, I think like Chloe made the announcement that she was leaving on Alexa's anniversary, right? Or like something like that. It was around that time. So yeah, I guess like, you know, it wouldn't be the weirdest thing, I guess. It's not like it's super outlandish. But yeah, I also don't know what to do with the quiz now I have. Because I even thought about this too. I was like, if Gura leaves, right, before Marion catches up to her, how do I handle that with the quiz? Like, I guess I would just say Gura's still the most sub 2. Even though she's not gonna be there anymore. Yet honestly, what's funny, she's probably gonna... It's probably gonna take even longer for her to be passed. Because she'll probably get a huge uptick in subs. And so yeah, it's gonna be an even wider gap that Marion has to close. I think Marion's gonna beat it. I would think Suisse, if she wasn't down, like if Marion didn't have the lead by like 1.2 million, I would think Suisse actually would have the better shot. But the fact that Marion's already up 1.2 million, I'm like, yeah, I think she'll be the one to take it over. And that would be the first changing of the most sub 2 member since, was it October of 2020? It's been that long. Like that's crazy if you think about it. Like it's gonna be over 5 years, because there's no way they're gonna do it before October. It's gonna be over 5 years of Gura being the most sub 2. She really is the Warriors of freaking Golden State Warriors, huh? All right. I mean, yeah, and she had an immense amount of dominance. Like, honestly, like these past year or two, you could Link to like 2018 Warriors, right? And they did win the championship. And this is right now like 2019. Actually, how did they do 2019? Because I just realized I'm doing 2 years ahead when I was making the analogy. I think doing the 2019-20. Let me go to Basketball Reference. I might have to type in Basketball Reference. All right. Because they have all the seasons like lined up. In 2019 or 2018, 2019. Okay, yeah, they were first in the West. Oh wait, no, this was the Durant year. Okay, so after the Durant year. Okay, no, I was right. Yeah, no, it was that year. Right, because the Raptors were 2019 champs. I'm a dummy. Yeah, they lost to the Raptors. Jesus. Okay. I really screwed up in my head, man. Yeah, no, I was right. And yeah, they only did this poor because of injury. I guess they were like mid here, but like, and then they won the championship here. Right, so like, they didn't make the playoffs. Like, they were last in their division when they were 46 and 36. That sucks. Yeah, I did see that too, though. Also, with the play-in game, like, I think them and what was it, the Grizzlies or something? Like, they have winning records by like a large margin, and then 9 and 10, which is the Kings and Pelicans, I think, have losing records. And it's like, well, I feel like that's not really fair to the 7 and 8 seeds, but I think that is probably a flaw of the play-in tournament. It's like, clearly the 7 and 8 seeds I feel like deserve to be there over a 9 and 10, but okay. Yeah. The Golden State Warriors of VTubing everybody. Gawr Gura. Yeah, I wonder why it's so late. Oh, you know what? I thought it was around the same time. So yeah, I think they're in the same time zone. Mume was different. Like, it was earlier. And I think Mume's like in like Central or something like that, where Gura and Fawn are like Eastern. So actually, like, if anything, it would have been later. So I don't know, man. Maybe it's a good time for JP as well. That might be why. 1:30 p.m. ST to JST. Yeah, it would be like noon for Japan. And I think Indonesia's like 1 hour earlier or something like that. I don't know what Indonesian time is, but yeah, that is a decent time for Japan, so that's probably why they do it. It's also like the JP bros can see it too, which especially for Gura, it makes sense to do it. Then it just sucks. It's like 10:30, man. Like, I would have loved to like go in with the knowledge already if it's like an affiliate or if it's a graduation, because it's definitely one of the two. And that's what the picture means. Like, we've gone through the song and dance before, you know. I'm thinking of the positives of like people should be reunited with, and also like those freaking weirdo Gura fans on Twitter. So whenever Gura's trending, I'm like, no thanks. Like, for sure I can do that. So I am surprised though, like, there's not that many posts for it, because like I think like when Fauna did it, it was like around this amount, right? That was about like Doom posting and stuff, and like calling Hololive a terrible company and all that again. But like, yeah, and I think Mume has like 7,000. I would have expected to have like a lot more. Yeah, Hololive only has 6,400. I guess people aren't like trying to get ahead of themselves, or like maybe haven't seen it yet, so maybe that's why. But yeah, I definitely would have thought that number of posts would have been higher by now. Oh yeah, they could have also just been posting about other stuff as well, or like referring to Gura in several other ways, because Gura does have a lot of nicknames. Yeah, it's definitely an end of an era for Holo EN especially. Like, Yeah, it does make sense. Odyssey makes a lot of sense. Even though, like, honestly, like, Justice really didn't get to interact with many of them. Cece and Mume interacted a bit, and then, like, Gigi and Fauna did. But all the rest of them, like, they really didn't. So, yeah. I mean, even kind of for Advent, because Advent really didn't get to collab with Gura or Ame. So yeah, like even kind of Advent a little bit as well. I know people really want like a Bibu and Gura collab, but it seems like that is not meant to be. I mean, unless she does it in like this last legs here, and she also could be an affiliate, so maybe comes back. I don't know though. She might just put the full stop like graduation. Because like if it's like full on, like I would think she's been really stressed out, especially these past few years, due to being the face of a company. So I can see her just like completely like graduate and be like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. That I feel like is perfectly understandable. You know, like I think it's a graduation that could blindside people, but like, dude, I'm sure it's so much stress to have to be the face of a company. Especially one that is an idol company or like more focused in music, and you have one original. Like the thing is, Marin and Suisse, right? They have the music side of it, and like the like stage stuff and all that, right? So I think they're a lot better for that. Gura is not as good for that. Also, I think they're more extroverted too, so like they'd probably be a lot better fit for that. Gura is a mega introvert. That's another issue of her being the face when she's a mega introvert. You know, it's funny too, because like Psych or whatever, like we did bring up like, oh, what are some like bad jobs to have, right? When you're an introvert. And yeah, I think this would be like pretty bad. I don't think a streamer in general, right? Don't get me wrong. Because actually most of Hololive is introverts, but and obviously they're pretty entertaining. But like I think being the face of a company like this, right, and like being a mega introvert is not great. You are not gonna do well. So yeah, it's really making me think about this stuff, huh? But yeah. I still think they'll be fine, right? Because even like newer fans, right? Like even to like, I'd say going back to like when I became a fan, right? June 2024, we're not gonna have a lot of attachment to Gura. Because Gura wasn't around there that much, you know? It still will probably be sad, like seeing everybody's reaction to it and like tearing up. Because I am someone who reacts pretty much basically how another person's reacting. So yeah, I'll probably still be tearing up about that stuff. And I know there's one clipper who like will go through people's tweets, and they'll probably make one of that, and I'll probably get emotional there. But yeah, and Umi sees down another. As I said before, it's down to 2. Or Marin. Like everybody's saying like, oh, poor Gura and all this stuff too, but it's like, dude, Marin's gotten it so much worse. Like honestly. On who's left, I think aside from like Ame and Fauna and Mume, okay, like half of them, like they've been related to like Marin in like a group or something like that, right? Or like a big duo, big relationship in Hollow. So like I feel like she's gotten hit with it much harder. And yeah, with Gura, like if she's leaving also, right? Like it's not that big of a deal, because then she's joining them. So yeah. Oh, dude, Snot, though. Snot only has Crony left. I just realized that. Yeah, because Snot was Fauna, Mume, Gura, Crony. Yeah, now Crony's the only one left. I didn't even think about that, dude. I mean, Snot really didn't do anything. I think Content Warning was like last time they did anything. Before that was like a year or something. A year and a half. It's like they really weren't around a lot. I mean, yeah, I think part of it was like Gura was kind of on and off, and I think also Mume was kind of on and off towards the end there as well. So obviously it makes it a little hard to do that. But yeah, I didn't even think about Snot like only having Crony left. That's crazy. And, like, I know she was big on like, oh, I don't want to cry or like stuff like that too, but girl, if it's getting to you and like it's really hurting, let it out, man. It's the healthiest thing you can possibly do. Like, I honestly really like the aquarium moment. I know Crony hated it, but like, I feel like it does really remind people that like they're people too, right? They have emotions. They're not these like big overplayed characters, you know? Like, it was a real moment, like in a real reminder to everybody, right? So I feel like people always forget about that with streamers, but yeah, they are people just like anyone else. So yeah, I think that is important to keep in mind, and that's why I really loved that clip. And also, like, yeah, when they were all like tearing up at like Fauna's graduation was like a call-in, and I think Fauna said like 2 or 3 people in that she regretted being a call-in stream. But yeah. It's just, yeah, it's definitely a new era of at least Hollow EN. I mean, Hololive in general though too, right? Because they're losing their biggest face, you know? Even on their website, right? Gura's probably on there a lot. Oh, I'm on the talent. Like, if I even go to their main page, right? I mean, there's them on stage, right? And that has a bunch of them. But yeah, even like Gura was right here. I like how they never. This has been like this for a while, I assume, because like they did not update Gura's to include a 3D model. I think this has been like the because yeah, I know they started doing like open auditions like really early on. From what I remember. Yeah, they probably made that when they started doing open auditions. So yeah, that's why it's so old. I mean, even this still has Rushi on it. That's how old this one is. I mean, I think it just has up to Gen 4. Oh no, there's Lammy. So it's at least up to Gen 5, isn't it? Is that like where it stops? Seems like it. Yeah, I'm not sure if like it's because like Gen 5's not, or like this was that month in between Gen 5 and EN debuting, or if it's just they didn't put EN in it. I feel like both are very possible. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing though, like, a lot of them still seem very happy to be there. So to me, like, it just doesn't seem possible. Well, I guess I shouldn't say it, but like, it would seem weird to me like something would be up, right? I think it's just simply like they've gone through the work cycle, right? We're at a cycle now where many of them have been there for 3 to 4 years, which is the typical lifespan of a job. And yeah, now we're just seeing all of them go. And so like I think the people who are only going to be there at this point, the people who are really dedicated to staying in Hollow. Actually, yeah, going back to like the people like who you know it's bad they leave. Callie also said if she's being mistreated, or I think even like sense any sort of mistreatment, she's gone. She's not staying. So that's another one. That's another obvious one. Like if they leave, then something's up. So like yeah, I think it's like Fubuki and like Callie Maybe instead of Louis, unless Louis is the one like she's gonna do her own thing or health reasons, right? I guess same with like the other two, or retirement. Did it go that long? Yeah, I think Fubuki said that she'll stay in Whole Life as long as it's still fine. Yeah, there's Gura. Yeah. I would not be surprised though if like they're like, oh shoot, we gotta do another like EN gen, right? Because they've Wana's not there, Watson's an affiliate, and it seems like, well, Moonmate's not gonna be there anymore, and then Gura also. And then Myth will be down to 3. Which I think they'll be fine. These 3 are like really great, you know? Like, I mean, obviously all of Myth was, right? But like, I think that is what makes Myth so strong though, right? Is like, they'll still stand even with there only being these 3. And yeah, that freaking anniversary is gonna be so weird now that probably both of them are gonna be. Maybe Ame would come back for like an anniversary. We still not entirely sure what affiliate means. I know she had like a line at like Fest. Actually, there's another person gone for Ian Recco too. Jesus. God, Ian Recco's gonna be so thrown off. I don't think Gura had any major storylines in Ian Recco, but like still. Jesus, man. I actually don't even remember who was in each guild, so I don't even know if like they need to like shuffle them around. Probably. You probably need to do a little bit of balancing the teams. Yeah, Jesus, man. Completely forgot about Ian Recco. Actually, she might be there for chapter 2, because I remember chapter 2 is announced for spring, or in spring now. I mean, unless they do a Elena thing and it's actually June, but it's technically spring. I saw Max's reaction, that was hilarious. But yeah, they could do that. But I mean, if my thinking is also like she's probably gonna go until her birthday, I think it would be there by then. Because also like the summer solstice is literally like, it is her birthday. Oh wow. I didn't realize it is just straight up her birthday. Well, that says the 21st there, but here it says the 20th. Maybe this is a different time zone, I don't know. Yeah, this says the 20th. So yeah, that is her birthday. So yeah, like even if she were to go until her birthday, Ian Recco chapter 2 will have Gura in it. I don't think Muma is gonna be in there because Muma has like a week left. Unless the last week would be Ian Recco chapter 2, which I feel like they wouldn't do that. So yeah, I think just like honestly, I think the gap between Ame leaving and like, or Ian chapter 1, Ian Recco chapter 1, and Ame leaving, and Gura being in Ian Recco chapter 2 and leaving are actually gonna be very similar. Because I think it was only like a month apart for Ame and Ian Recco chapter 1. And obviously we didn't know it before then, but with this one it's gonna be different where we do know it. So yeah. Yeah. It is a big sign thing to changing. And I will say, even if it is like a bait or whatever, a meme, right? And she's actually like announcing something big, I think it's still an important conversation to have. Because I think people also forget. I still don't think like people are saying like, oh, it's absolutely massive, and I said I would still argue like in Japan, yeah, sure, probably I would agree it's massive. I mean, Callie literally sung to like the Japanese royal family. Like that's pretty big. Also, people were making jokes with ASCII, and it was really great. But yeah, like she sung to the Japanese royal family. Like obviously in Japan, they're huge. But in the West, I still really don't think they are. Like obviously like on YouTube, I think they're some of the most popular streamers. But I think if you still were to tell a normie, like, name a streamer, they're not gonna name a Hololive member, right, on the West. Or like if you were to say name a Hollow Knight member, they probably could only name Gura. It's probably the only one, right? And I think that is probably why people are like, oh yeah, this is a big deal that Gura is going to be leaving. Like it is. Like don't get me wrong, it is a big deal. But like they'll still be fine. I think even in the West they'll still be fine. Like even like Bibu, right? I think she surpassed Gura in concurrent viewers, right? I think Narissa's streaming right now, right? Let me just see how many views she's got. Oh yeah, Gigi had like 10k there, right? Narissa has 14k, right? And like I don't even know what this is. But she has 14k right now. Is it like a cooking stream? No, I don't know. Yeah, like it's freaking nuts, dude. Like there's still crazy like popular streamers. Like they are probably, if you think about like the most popular streamers, like in the top like pretty high percentile, right, of streamers. I don't think at the very top, but pretty close. But yeah, I think they still haven't made their mark in the West, like completely. Maybe in the content sphere, but even then, I don't know. So like also like when I was, before I was a fan, right? When I heard VTuber, I would always think of Iron Mouse. That would be, every time, that would be the first one I thought of. I'm not sure if it was just like the environment I was in, the atmosphere, but every time I heard VTuber, I would think of Iron Mouse. I would not think of a Hollow Knight member, like not even Gura. Gura was one I feel like maybe I'd be like, oh yeah, I recognize that, but I have no idea what it is, right? But Iron Mouse would be the one I would think of every time. So yeah, that's my take on their popularity in the West, at least. I will say, like, it does seem like there's a lot of interest in the Spanish-speaking world. So like if they would want to make a Spanish-speaking branch, I feel like that'd be a great move on their part. Although I think they are understaffed. So they should probably focus on that. Maybe that's what they were talking about more, of like focusing more on the talents, is like actually being properly staffed. That'd probably be a good idea. Yeah, you should probably do that first and then expand more. Right? I mean, I assume it's because they expanded so rapidly, right? Like they just couldn't fill the staff necessities, you know, in time. But I mean, even then, though, I feel like it's super impressive what they've done, even if they're understaffed, right? And like, if they're still understaffed, like, I think that's still super impressive, all the stuff they've been able to do. Yeah, like, it is kind of a shame, right? That like, Gura wasn't really in the Hall G-Tain stuff, and like, Fauna, right? Like, having those like big interactions would have been kind of nice. Like knowing that they weren't gonna be there within a year, right? But I mean, obviously Gura had other stuff going on, and Fauna, I think, like she always seemed to be more to herself, which I think is also another reason why. Like obviously she collabed with the other girls and like she shouted them out and had like imposter syndrome talking about them, but like I think she was always still more to herself. Like she liked solo streaming a lot. She was, I would say, probably one that liked it the most. Maybe up there like Luna, because Luna also seems to really like solo streaming. That's another thing too, is like a lot of them that like do solo streams a lot, like typically don't get clipped. But Luna has been getting a few clips recently, so that's neat. There's like solo Luna clips as well. Dude, Yura does a good job. He's a really good clipper. Like, he does a great job of like getting like a bunch of different people. Like, he can grab like Toa's mom and Toa's mother, Louie Mama. I can't remember Toa's mom's name. That's why I just said Toa's mom. I can't remember. Like Suise, Me Comment. There's some other ones like Aroha, ASCII, and even like sometimes he'll throw in a few extra like variety ones. Like he does a great job of being a variety clipper, I feel like, because also like they'll do like the interaction with chat and stuff too. Like it's not necessarily like the most clippable like stuff or like behind the scenes stuff. I mean, sometimes actually that second one probably is true, but like it's not always like the ones that are like instantly clippable or like clipped out of context or whatever, you know. It's not never really anything like that. That's pretty cool. I still feel like though, like yeah, it hasn't reached its full potential, you know, like with clipping, right? You can make a full industry out of it. You know, and just people going back and forth and just like boosting each other up, like helping each other up. And it could be like really cool. Yeah. Again, I just wish it wasn't 10:30, the stupid announcement. Actually, yeah, how many people are waiting? Let me see. I think we're down. Oh, it doesn't say. Oh, I think actually if I open it, probably it'll say. How many people are waiting? 27,000. Oh yeah, it's a blue heart. Yep. Yep. Same as Fauna's. So yeah, 27,000. Yeah, it's a question of. It's not a question of it's a graduation. It for sure is. It's just, is it a graduation or is it an affiliation? And again, I think how much stress she's probably had of being like being super introverted and being the face of a company. I don't remember Aqua's reasons for leaving, but I could see it being very similar. Because even like when she was with JP Senpai, she was even more introverted than Aqua. To be fair, Aqua was probably more comfortable with them, which is probably why she was more extroverted, but like yeah, Gura's at like that level. She just doesn't show it, right? At least it's not as obviously shown as Aqua's was most of the time. So I think it's probably because for Gura, it either takes less or she's like more extroverted when she's with other people, or like yeah, it takes less for her to become extrovert with someone else and like click with someone. Or Aqua, it might take longer, or she's not as animated when she's with someone. Because like yeah, she still seems pretty chill like Aqua when she's close to someone. It's just she'll like say stuff more often probably. But yeah. Yeah, I will say I did see someone graduate like a month ago or something like that, so maybe there would be a new engine, I don't know. But yeah. I would not be surprised if more of this happens with Myth and Promise potentially. Well, how often like the JPs are, dude, JP's gonna come in like so fast. Like the amount of people leaving, it's gonna be so fast. Like bang, 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 bang. It's actually surprising that we've only had, was it Chloe, Aqua, and Xion so far? Like, and they've been pretty spaced out. Like, I think, I'm talking like, you get them like a month apart from each other, right? Like announcement, announcement, announcement. Like, that's what I'm talking about here. You freaking nuts. Also, my Uncle Bro's dog, so if you hear that, that's also that. That's that. But I think how my noise gate works, as long as like I'm not talking, like you should hear it, but if I am talking, you'll hear it. Yeah. I feel like Lapis hasn't streamed as much, but I think that's just her not getting clips. Let me see like Lapis. Because I think Lapis also went back to brother. Evolution Darkness. think she went back to YouTube from yeah, like she's gonna stream Saving the Wolves. Oh, that's in 9 days from now, actually. Yeah, no, she did stream pretty recently, the Street Fighter, so okay. Alright, Laplace. No, I feel like people will always bring up like Marin used to be like the most horny, but like Laplace also is like pretty close up there. She's a sneaky pick. That's for sure. Or yeah, even like Koyori or Chloe. Yeah, Laplace is up there. That's probably really going through the nose gate now. Oh, it went back. Do that one. I don't know what's been played yet, so unless there's another playing. Okay, cool. Yeah. I do want to stay here, honestly, like another 2 hours. Just so like I can give my full thoughts on it. Because I feel like without knowing, like even seeing the blue heart there, like it's obvious that it's either a graduation or an affiliation. And again, I think with probably all the stress that came from it, she's probably graduating. I don't think it'll be affiliation. You know, you're like, yeah, she does have a great singing voice and stuff too. But because I think even with affiliate, they don't keep like merch, right? Or maybe the merch, like they still sell the old stuff, but they don't make any new ones. I don't remember how that works. If they gave the rundown of it, that'd be nice. It was funny though, because Coefficient like literally was like, I felt disturbance in the force today. Oh, so yeah, this technically be, I think, the 4th stream, or the fourth time. The stream before I was talking about someone, then they made the announcement they're leaving. Although I think with Ame it was like, I was talking about Myth, like not necessarily Ame, but I was talking about Myth as a whole. Yeah, this will be the 4th time. I'm not really counting this one though, because I had like 2 or 3 opportunities to stream like after this. I didn't even realize until like a day or 2 ago. I was like, wow, I didn't stream this whole week. It's been a whole week since I've streamed. And boy, what a stream to come back to. Yeah, like I will say, I think with Advent Justice, you should be fine for now. I'm not sure with Sana if it was like super obvious with her health issues. So like maybe something like that could happen. I still say like cherish your time you have with Yoshi, right? Because you never know when it's gonna run out. But I think Advent and Justice are fine for at least like another like year or 2. You don't have to worry about them. Because I think Shiori would be the first one to leave, and I think that would be a sign of like, oh, even Advent's now getting to the point where they might leave. Yeah, I think Shiori would be the first one to leave. Obviously not right now though. Like when she collabed the Holosters and people were like, oh, she's leaving. Like what? What are you talking about? Yeah. I see like all of Gen 5 staying for a while. I feel like Botan would be the first one to leave due to forbidden knowledge. I feel like gamers, I think Kurane would be the first one to leave due to forbidden knowledge. I know Sora like wanted to quit like several times, but like I'm not sure how Sora's like gonna play into it, right, with her leaving. The thing is, like, they'd be fine, right? Like they'd be fine if she left. But it would be kind of a big deal, right? Like the original member leaving. That'd be a huge deal. Like, I think within the lore of Hololive itself, it'd actually be bigger than Gura leaving. But obviously, like, business-wise, yeah, no, Gura's departure's gonna be a lot bigger. Like, even like Pecora's departure would probably be bigger than like Sora's, business-wise. Hopefully Gura has like another original she puts out by the time that she leaves, but I don't know. She did have that one from that one concert that she never released. I think she said she never wanted to. I mean, maybe she changes her mind. I don't know. Like, it is still crazy to me though, like the biggest member, right? And like, I feel like people would say like they do focus on music quite a bit, right? Like the Hololive as a whole. Like their main one only had one original, and that was Reflect. Like that was it. She only had one original. Well, again, I guess she technically had two, but it was at that concert and she never released it. But yeah. Like it's crazy to think about. Yeah, I will say Iris I think is gonna be there for a minute. Bae actually surprised me with her answer because she said like, oh, I still have a few things I want to do. So it makes me feel like she's actually not, she's gonna be there like shorter than I think. I think she'll still be there like longer. I think honestly she would probably be the longest council member. I think Crony would probably leave before Bae. But yeah, Bae probably actually will leave sooner than I think she would. Like I would have predicted. Or at least initially predicted. I think Iris would stay for a while. The thing is also like I think the people who also speak Japanese will have more of a longevity as well. They'll be there for longer. Because also like the EM members that have left don't really speak Japanese either. Ame, Gura, Mume, Fauna. Like they've had difficulties with speaking Japanese. And they have like very minute or very entry level Japanese skills. So I think also like, yeah, the ones that will stick around are the ones who can speak Japanese as well. That'll increase their longevity. I think Herb and Narissa are going to be more of an exception in that case because they're on the music side of it. But yeah, Injustice really doesn't have any strong Japanese speakers. I think the strongest is probably CC, which CC's is very entry level. Yeah, no, CC is still a great addition, right? Of just being like that extrovert that can... Because yeah, it seemed like EN really didn't have an extrovert until CC, which is crazy because they had 4 gens, but... yeah, it seemed like CC's like the first extrovert of EN. Maybe Fullmoco, but like they also seem kind of introverted sometimes. Yeah, I know Narissa was the one that was an introvert, pretend to be an extrovert. Gigi's also one that's an introvert, pretend to be an extrovert. Callie and Kiara, I believe, both are. Ina obviously is an introvert. Crony, I think, is more of an introvert. Ume was more of a one. Mono was more of one. Guro is a mega introvert. Bae, I think, is more of an introvert. I think maybe like Kiara level of introvert, but still an introvert. Shori's an introvert. Bibu is an introvert. I think she's also one that's an introvert, but has to pretend to be an extrovert. I think she's also one that falls in that category, great, because she just walks up to JP members being like, hey, look at my cat. Like, you want to see my cat? It is a good entry, right? Like, I think that is like a good like social skills 101, right? You gotta like have something to talk about, right? So it doesn't get awkward. So that is a good social skill there. And maybe for some people probably wouldn't like just like having you shove their cat in their face, right? I mean, it's cat photos, but still, you get what I mean. Yeah, Rower is also an introvert. I think Elizabeth's also one. She seems to get nervous, like at least talking to the JP senpais especially. Just like being pretty introverted. So yeah, I think CC's like the first actual like extrovert of EN, which again is kind of crazy since there was 21 of them. Well, I guess technically 17 of them before that. I wonder what ID is gonna look like. That's what I'm really curious about. Like that's one for sure. I'm very curious how that goes. But yeah, also I'm not looking at Twitter. At least the trending sections, right? I'm not looking at those once this announcement happens, because there's already doom posting going on, and I know it's gonna be worse like tenfold. You know, I'm gonna follow Yago just because he'll probably say something about this one, and that's all I'm gonna do. And then he'll show up in my timeline, and then I can look at it from there. And I think that's the best way to do it. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. I really hope Aroha's thing is like she's recovering and doing well. And I saw a clip of her being in ASCII's karaoke, which I think Gura really wasn't in many people's streams. She was in Fauna's once. I don't remember how long ago though. I think it was just after Justice debuted. So I think yeah, Gura was a little more active then. So I would think Aroha's recovering. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Because I really like Aroha. I'm gonna be honest. I've noticed that the ones that are typically more like naturally cute, I like. They definitely have the cute buff for sure. It's like Iroha and Fubuki. The thing with Fubuki though, there's also like a respect thing with it. You know, I'm sure like everybody has like respect thing with like Fubuki. Yeah, Iroha is probably like, you know, one that's like not, you know, up here obviously like sub count. Like Iroha's only like, she's like down here. Yeah, she's right there. Iroha's probably my favorite. She's also like the epitome of like, she wants to be cool, but her genes just said, no, you're gonna be cute. That's just what your genes are saying, like your vocal cords. That's just what they're saying. You can only be cute. There's no way you can be cool. Yeah, and unfortunately I didn't really get to see Chloe clips until the announcement that she was leaving. And then they went my feed. It was funny too, because it was like, man, I wonder why I'm getting all these Chloe clips. So obviously this was before like all the mass leaves, right? I think she technically was third. It's like, yeah, it was just really funny. Like, why am I getting all these Chloe clips? And then like I saw in like the comments of one of them being like, oh yeah, now Chloe. I'm like, wait, what? So then I checked Twitter. Yep, she left. Her affiliate anyway. Isn't she now like she has health issues, right? And she still took affiliate. It's kind of surprising when you think about it. Oh yeah, with like Mume, and like you can tell it also, like the fact that like she's had to cancel some streams because her throat condition was that bad. Like, yeah, I find it that's probably gonna be real hard to go back. I do remember also the talk with like Mio on like if graduate members can come back, and they seem to be just about in the dark on that as we do, so we'll see. Oh, you know what? It would be funny though if Ame used the like burnout thing so she could come back as Ame. I don't think that would happen, but that would be really funny. I do want to believe it's like an actual like legitimate thing, like legitimate reason, because I feel like if it's gonna be like an Ian Recco thing, right? Like she's gonna come back for that. I think how it would structure on the other ones be like, oh, I'm going on vacation or something like that, you know. I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm burnt out, because then like the other group won't worry about it, you know. like burnout, at least like they'll get like a little worried about it. But yeah, if you're just like, oh, I'm going on vacation, and they'll be like, cool. Or like, oh, I'm meeting with family for the next week, you know. Just be like, cool. Yeah, dude, I really would want to wait until the announcement, but it's another hour and a half. Like, I don't think I can stall for that long and also have to use the bathroom. Yeah, I guess I can talk about more tomorrow. It's a good thing this is my back-to-back stream days, I guess. It just sucks because it's gonna weigh on me. At least it's a 2-hour delay schedule, so the day won't be as long. Or the school day, anyway. Yeah. I just hate it. Couldn't have been earlier. I mean, I saw it earlier. It's probably for JP Bros. Like, man, god dang it. Actually, let me see, because I know like you don't really see retweets until yeah, Callie retweeted it, Crony retweeted it, Callie moved this. Yep, that seems pretty good. What is nice. Oh yeah, by the way, if you wanted to look at what my Twitter timeline is VTubers and then politics. Oh, these are like birthday wishes probably. Yeah, this is my Twitter timeline. Hey Greg, sorry, look at that. I just want to see if Yaga like retweeted it. Hard to go back to the post, right? Because I know you can see retweets if you. Oh, you know what? I think I might be able to only. Okay, I might be able to only see few quotes. Oh, these are. Let me see reposts. Oh, this is gonna be such a freaking long list. That's a lot of JP Bros though. Oh god, this is bringing flashbacks to me trying to find Gerard in my likes. Sad, he did actually like my Aki post, which is like crazy to me. I was like, dang, dude. That's how you know like that post got big. It was even like Gerard liked it. It's like Jesus. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna find Yago in here. Actually, it's probably just gonna be quicker if I. Okay. Probably gonna be quicker if I just go here. Yago reposted. Okay, now it's just reposting the other stuff. He'll probably repost the announcement. I don't even know what that was from. Where did that post go? I don't know, man. Where did that freaking Twin Towers post came from? I just backed out of the freaking reposts and there it was. What the frick, dude? Oh, you know what? Yeah, they're the same voice though. So Team Same Voice is out as well. Yeah, I think EN really is just gonna be a revolving door. I truly think that's gonna be the case. Again, like if Gura is walking, like any of them can walk then. None of them are being kept there, I don't think. Like if Gura is walking, right? I feel like Gura is the big one that everybody would be like, oh yeah, no, she's staying. She didn't. She's walking, right? She's leaving and they allowed it, you know? So I still don't think it's crashing and burning. You know, like yeah, it is probably like the one of the biggest bases of not only Hololive but VTubing in general leaving, right? So that is a big deal. Oh, is gonna take a hit from that, and merch sales for sure are gonna drop. But again, like they have people I feel like that are kind of getting into that position to take over Gura's spot. I feel like Gura kind of like unintentionally, with her not streaming for these past like few years, has given a chance for people to take over. It's kind of like a transition period in a way, with her being so inconsistent. It's unintentionally being like a transition period for like Advent and Justice to shine more, right? Because like also Gigi's another one. Like Gigi's another standout, even if her sub count doesn't really say it, right? Like subs don't mean anything, but like I throw it out every time. Like Gigi's another like standout, even if this says otherwise, right? I mean, wasn't the other thing I saw like she had almost 10k viewers as well? Her and Bibu are like big stream standouts, and I think like if you want someone for like the merch or like the face, more like the face of EN, dude, you got freaking, where are they? You got Full Moko right there. You know, like I think they would be more than willing to take up the mantle of that as well. I'm sure also it's like a better, easier burden when you're twins, right? There's two of you sharing that stress, you know, instead of just the one. Like the soul shark that was Gawr Gura. And yeah, Kali's still performing for the Japanese like royal family. Like, it's what I'm saying, man. Like, you need to look out, you need to zoom out more, right? And like look at EN as a whole and what they've all done. And dude, like I think Narissa could have big things, and Herb as well. Like when she makes originals and Narissa, dude, I'm sure people are dying to hear like our Elizabeth originals. I guarantee you. I think people are itching for Herb or not collabs, but like covers, you know. And then when she has originals, people are gonna freaking freak out. They're gonna absolutely love it. Same with like Narissa when she gets more songs. I think she only had the 4. I mean, yeah, because I think they also have to kind of pay for the songs on their own. Which is also probably another reason why like some of them don't have as much songs as some of the other ones. It's because they have to pay for like at least like the people they're working with, and also the people they're working with. I think I was gonna say the MV, but that's technically still the people they're working with. So yeah. Yeah, now Myth's down to 3, UmiC's down to 2, and Snot is down to 1. It's crazy how well that works, actually. When you think about it. I feel like it's kind of depressing how well that works. When also, like, why do these keep making sense, too? Because, like, the detective left first, like, with all these Eldritch Beasts, right? Like, the detective left first, and now the Shark's leaving, which I think was the next weakest. How are these keep making sense, these people leaving? I don't get it. It's weird, dude. I'm not saying, I'd make sure of this, I'm not saying like, oh, there's some weird hollow going on. I'm just like, how did they like predict this, dude? Like that's insane. Well, I think other than Space going first, I think that one was like the one out of there, but like since like this past year, like they've all made sense of like who's leaving and in what order too. Like it's so weird, because once nature dies, civilization dies out, leaving only time and chaos. I mean, probably Space should be there, but again, Space had some real pains going on, so they had to leave. But yeah, and Hope, if you go to Promise as well. Yeah, it is crazy. I will say though, like if all of Myth leaves and we get to like that Myth like indie collab, that's also gonna break the internet. Like a Myth indie collab. But like I don't see some of the other members of Myth like leaving anytime soon. I guess Ina would be the most likely one. Because I really don't see Callie and Kiara leaving anytime soon. Same with Ina, honestly. It's just, I think out of the three of them, Ina would probably be the most likely. I think Callie's definitely last, for sure. I think it's either, like, if we're doing, like, percentage, I think it's, like, 80% Ina, 20% Kiara on how likely it is. The one leaving, maybe 85-15 Ina. But yeah, like, I don't see... I mean, because the thing is also, like, they still have other stuff they do while being a member of Hollow anyways. Right? Because Ina's still, I think, professional artist, and then the other two still have, like, other channels they go under, right? I mean, I guess you could argue, like, that's a reason for them to be more likely to leave, but I don't know. Yeah, it is crazy when you think about it. Because I don't think anybody else really does it. Well, Noelle does. Yeah, I think Matsuri does, from what I've heard from people, that, like, hers is up there with, like, Callie and Kiara being one of the worst kept secrets of Hololive, which I don't know Matsuri's. Probably because I'm not in the JP sphere. Maybe I was more in that than I would know, but I don't. And I also don't particularly care to. Like, it's just, the thing with Callie and Kiara is, like, I just got recommended it, basically. That's what happened there. And then, like, one person just tweeted all the PLs for, like, if they do leave. And yeah, that's how I know some of their other ones, but... Oh yeah, and Narissa as well, for, like, Hololive's worst kept secrets. Narissa's also up there. Hers is too, but, like, that's just because she's so popular and people always bring it up. I mean, to be fair, she had over 1 million on her PL, so it would make sense. But yeah. Yeah, so we've had an hour and a half. I think I did say most of the stuff I want to do with Gura. Because yeah, I don't think there's any way this is a swerve. She even did the blue heart, right? And, like, Kelly even said, like, oh, I'm moving stream. Yeah, I'll stream today, it'll just be later. I assume it's going to be talking about Gura leaving. Yeah, because it was 11 JST and, like, this would have been... This is 11:30, so... It would have been 11:30 GST, so yeah, it would have been like 30 minutes into her. That's crazy, actually, that was the pre. I'm sure that wasn't intentional at all, but that's really funny. Actually, but that's... I mean, I guess, like, it is probably more depressing for, like, Gura fans, but, like, for me, that doesn't have much of attachment to Gura. That's funny to me. Yeah. Okay, so Rubicon's talking about other stuff. And there's gonna be posts after this, I'm sure. I'm sure every member's probably gonna post something about Gura. That's the thing. Because a lot of JP members also love Gura. I know Myrene does, I know Okayu does. Right, I think there's a lot more. Xion was her wife. I wonder if they'll have a last counter then, since they're both leaving. But Xion is leaving in, like, 9 days, isn't she? It's the 26th. I don't know if they have time to, like, schedule something. She probably has her schedule filled at that point. I also don't know what she's doing for last stream. Because I just saw it, like the thumbnail, and I can't read hiragana or kanji or whatever it is. I guess I could... Well, that's not... There's no translate. It's like, oh, I'll go to live stream now. It's not translated. I could throw it in Google Translate. I just want to know if it's like a Zatsu stream. Like, I just want the general gist of it. There's Goob. Yeah, I was right. It's freaking... Gura doesn't have any posts because there's a bunch of freaking... Yep. So maybe it did blindside a few of them. Because I have a feeling it's a reference to Gura's announcement. So I feel like the girl's reactions is actually going to be very interesting then, just with what Kyla's saying. To be fair, she is ID. So she would probably have less knowledge than EN or Myth even. But like the fact that Callie streamed and then said she's postponing it, I think she probably just didn't even realize like it would be this soon, probably. See, I have a feeling like Gura probably made this decision and then is immediately announcing it. I have a feeling that's probably what it is. Especially like Kyla, because it might have even been the case that she only had time to tell Myth maybe, or like EN. Like it didn't even have time to make rounds. Like even like Gura doesn't know what's going on. Like I say even Gura, even Kyla. Kyla also always has those freaking bangers when someone leaves. Those freaking like quotes and whatever. Like she has some bangers. And I said like that's what I like about Kyla a lot. She's like really wise. Got a lot of wisdom. Yeah, that tweet is very interesting. Because it does seem like it was a bang bang of, alright, I'm leaving, and then making the announcement. It does make me think though, like we'll still have her for a few months then. Because I guess my theory anyways, like they're still in their contract, so they have to wait until the contract's out, or like once they break it, they have like a window, right? A set window until they leave. And hey, maybe this could just completely break that. Very possible. But yeah. That is a real cliffhanger to hang on. End on, you know, if you think about it. Just with that Kyla tweet. It's a real cliffhanger. Yeah. I'm very curious how this goes. I do think it would probably be a full graduation because just, again, when you're a super introvert and you have to be like the face of the company, right? And you're probably doing so much company stuff. I could see her just being like, I'm done with it. I'd be pleasantly surprised at an affiliate because that I think is really only the best case scenario at this point. Are they streaming now? Are they still doing that collab? I didn't even realize. I guess it's not like the members of Myth, right? It can be like a good it can be a good palate cleanser for a lot of people. It seems like Callie's probably gonna be the main one of like comforting people. I think also when Ame left, she was also having a hard time keeping together. Like she's also like you know, it's a lot easier when you when it's a different gen, right? And like comforting people, but when it's your own gen, it's hard. So Kelly might also have a hard time here. We'll see. And Ina and Kiara. I'm just very curious at what everybody's response is gonna be. Again, like I don't necessarily want to ask it. I will say the people who are annoyed by them asking the talents their thoughts on something, dude, it's gonna be even worse. The fact that it's Gura. The fact that it's Gura, everybody and their mother's gonna freaking ask the other talents, what do you think about Gura leaving? Like you thought it was bad with Mume and even maybe like the Chloe Fauna stuff, dude. I think it's gonna get much worse with the Gura stuff. People just instantly out the gate. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Like I don't even know if. Hopefully they'll be able to enjoy the collab. I think they will because they can at least bounce off the 4 of them.
Choose to follow your instincts.
Right. I think as long as they don't pay too much attention to the chat, they'll still be able to enjoy it.
Just for you.
And again, still be that good palate cleanser. But I don't know if I was in that spot, I don't know if I'd look at chat in too much during that stream. Although it could be another thing also where it's only like an hour that they're going for. Maybe. It could also be that, because again, it's not until 10:30, so they could either end it like hour and a half. Because I think they have done that before with other memes. Because I think Gawr did that with a Monster Hunter stream when I think Fauna was going to make her announcement. I think Gawr moved her stream. And Gawr's actually like a part of that, so yeah, I would think then that they're moving it, or not moving it, but ending it like earlier. So yeah, I think the thing that definitely interested me the most is just hear what the talent had to say. Because Kyla's like, I am confused is very, very interesting. Because it does make it seem like it was a bang bang of make the announcement and then bang, it's happening. There's gonna be doom posting here, but I'm just gonna get confused. Go. Okay, that wasn't as bad, but they're also the top responses, so yeah, Callie's definitely because it is an announcement. Again, it's gonna be very interesting, I think, with Callie's responses, and then maybe if Kyla opens up on it a little bit. Because yeah, Gura was technically, I think, Kyla's first daughter, quote unquote, right? Technically, I think it was Gura that was the first. And obviously Bibu took over. And then Hajime and I think Kanade were a little bit there in that hardcore server, but yeah, it's mostly been Bibu. Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. One less blue Kusogaki. Yeah, I'll get out of here. It is a real cliffhanger, right? Since like an hour and 20 minutes until the announcement. But I think it'd also be better too, because tomorrow, like, I'll actually get more of their testimony. I don't think I'll get complete testimonies, right, from like everybody. I'm sure that I won't get all that until the Friday stream, where maybe I can talk about it a little bit more. I'm sure, like, I mean, like, the big ones I think will be by tomorrow, like Callie. Like, I think Myth, for the most part, will be by then. I don't know Kiara's schedule, but they do post on the fan server, so let me look at Kiara. As long as they posted the schedule, I think. Let me just look at it. Kiara. Schedule. No, this is for February, isn't it? February through March. This isn't it. That's not it. Right? Or it's outdated anyway. Yeah, I don't know if she is streaming tomorrow. She might, though, do like a surprise stream. Savina, I don't know. Actually, I think they typically, don't they? I think typically, some of them schedule at least the next day of streaming. There's Gura's, that's Justice Repo. Ali. Yeah, there's the Cali streams. There's GG1. Oh, this was also like just after that. Again, that's a collab though, so I don't think, I don't know if that'd be there. Full Melko Mornings though is the next day, so Full Melko might talk about it. I mean, to be fair, like that's a pretty big announcement. If I were to, you know, I would think it'd be a pretty big deal in the world of Hololive, right? Gawr Gura leaving, be a pretty big deal. So Full Melko will probably talk about it. Although I think they typically like shy away from that stuff because oh god, no, screw you, ad. No, get out of here, ad. Let me see, is it? Alright, we're good. Yeah, I know they typically, like, they don't want to make people sad, right? They want to protect people's smiles, so they typically don't open up about that, but... yeah. Yeah, I really should get out of here now, so... It's just really on a cliffhanger, especially with that Kyla tweet, and then with Kelly being like, yep, I'm not posting, but I did get most of the nervousness out. It'll probably come back, though, as we get closer. I'll probably just hang out in the bathroom and then take a shower once, like, 10:30 hits or something, so I can come back and just see it. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to wake up tomorrow, and... yeah, I think tomorrow will be me mostly listening to, people's response to Gura leaving. Yeah, I think Gura leaving, right? I think that's more of a sign, like, things are still alright. Yeah. Because, like, I think any company that would be prioritizing profits, right, over their workers would keep Gura. They would keep her locked up no matter what. You can't leave. But I think if they care more about the workers and the talents themselves, right, I think, like, yeah, you let them walk, you know? You give them the grace of letting them walk. So, yeah. Again, I will amend my stance if, like, other people I think, like, oh, I didn't think they'd leave, right? Like, that seems kind of worrying if they left, right? Like, if those people leave, like, yeah, my tune is going to start changing. But for now, like, even with Gura leaving, like, I still don't think it's that surprising. The fact that she wasn't streaming the past, like, 2 years often. She probably has a lot of stress from being the face of the company, right? So yeah, she just doesn't want to be a part of it anymore. Especially as a mega introvert, right? Then that's kind of my summary of it. So yeah, I guess I'll see you tomorrow for more of an update on this, I guess, right? Oh, you know what? I think why I thought the fauna one was earlier was because I streamed immediately afterwards, right? I think that was like a 10 stream. Like, it did happen at 10 then, because I think I started that stream at like 10:30. I think it was during like Christmas break or something. That's why or like going into Christmas break. So that's why I went over so much. And like, I think it was done at like 1 in the morning or something like that, or like 12:30. So I think that's why in my head now, going back to the beginning, why I thought Faunas was earlier. Because yeah, I actually streamed, like, I started a stream late then. So I could talk about it. Because yeah, the fauna one definitely blindsided people. But I think, like, people are starting to get used to the, or at least I am, starting to get used to, well, I guess I shouldn't say I'm getting used to it. It's just that Gura I don't have as big of an attachment to, probably. So that's why I'm like, oh, I'm getting used to it. But I assume, like, if like Ina does it or something like that, I'm like, oh god. Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of my take on that. So, yeah. I stream I may stream every Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday at 7:30 p.m. EST. You can see all my past streams at youtube.com/IronWillVods. And if you're watching the VOD, my Twitch, Twitter, and Blue Sky are IronWill6464. So yeah. I'll see you tomorrow for any updates on this, you know, of getting the full verdict, and then also any members or talents responses if they give any. So yeah, I'll see you then. Goodbye.